In today's topic, recognizing safety issues, we cover some home safety tips that can help you to detect and correct an issue before the issue creates a problem. Hi, and welcome to My Aging Parent by Seniority. My Aging Parent offers practical advice and sensible solutions for those tackling common aging-related issues. My name is Cindy Moore, and I will be your host for today's episode. Where your parent or parents reside may not be the safest space for them if there are hidden safety issues waiting to catch them off guard. Recognizing safety issues and addressing those issues with your parents may help to prevent a disaster and may help to keep your parents living at home longer. But it is important to remember that when you are evaluating your parents' home, it is just that, their home. Try to approach your parent in a caring way and let them know that you'd like to see them remain in their home as long as they want to, and that you would like to help them plan and make recommendations so that they can live at home safely for a long time. Ultimately, the choice to live safely or not is up to them. We are going to cover 4 areas of concern. Although this is not a fully comprehensive list of every issue that may or may not be present, it is definitely a good place to start if you have not given home safety any thought up to this point. Those 4 areas of concern are: 1. Keeping a clear path. 2. Reducing slip hazards. 3. Dealing with the steps. And 4. Keeping everything in reach. Balance can be an issue as we age. There are many things that control balance within the human body. Balance literally takes thousands of inputs from your eyes, ears, your muscles, and even your skin. Knowing where your body parts are, even when you can't see them, in relation to the space around you is known as proprioception. Both proprioception and balance issues become more prevalent as we age. This is because of many different factors, some internal, some are external. Loss of hearing, vision issues, and prescribed medicines are the leading causes. The very first and easiest item to deal with is keeping a clear path. When you look around the space where your parent lives, try to imagine looking at the space as if your parents had very serious balance issues. Because even if they don't today, they may tomorrow. Evaluate their normal walking path through the house. Check to see if there are physical items within the path that could be trip hazards. Items like shoes left by the front door, plants, racks or stands that have feet that stick out, or very low tables that can't be seen from a distance. These can all be tripped over. Check to make sure that throw rugs are heavy, have slip-proof pads, and have tape under the corners to prevent the corners from rolling up. If there is a pet, take a look to see how that pet interacts with your parent. Small pets can be really dangerous if they are easily excited and they tend to get underfoot. And make certain that the pet's toys have a bin where they are stored and not scattered about on the floor. The next item to deal with is to reduce slip hazards. You will want to check to see if there are physical features of the house that may require modifications in order to keep the parent safe. Remember, the idea is to start early before there are any apparent issues. You may want to open up the conversation and at the very least get estimates and budget planning in place so that you won't be overwhelmed if a need comes up quickly. Look at the floors of the house and what they are made of. Slick tile floors can be deadly. If there are tile floors, you may want to explore the cost to replace them with carpeting. If carpeting is outside of the budget allowance, then perhaps covering them with carpet tiles or heavy semi-permanent rugs can be added to make it safer. If carpeting or rugs can't be arranged, then at the very least invest in slip-proof floor wax. Yes, that is actually a thing. Many commercial businesses like restaurants, hospitals, and nursing homes use it to prevent slipping on those big shiny floors. You can use the non-slip floor wax on wood floors as well. They can get slipped too. Also look for ways to modify the home to improve areas that may benefit from better handholds. Grab bars can be placed not only in the bathtub, but also near the toilet. They can be placed near steps, the top or bottom of stairs, doorways, especially where they step down, or even in the kitchen to help better access lower cabinets. Visually inspect areas on the floor where the flooring changes. A sudden change in flooring from vinyl to carpet may include a transition strip that can represent a significant trip hazard. If areas do exist where flooring transitions could be a problem, then considering running bright colored tape over the transition to bring attention to it. This will help your parent visually acknowledge and adjust to the transition. The next concern will be to figure out how your parent will be dealing with the steps. Most homes will have some type of built-in steps or stairs. Those steps and stairs can be a potential hazard and must be evaluated to ensure that they don't become a problem. If your parent has a 2-story home and either their bedroom or the only bathroom is on the 2nd floor, you may have to consider talking to your parents about budget planning for future home modifications. You may want to explore what it would cost to install a chairlift. Keep in mind that a chairlift can become quite expensive if the stairs have bins in them or if they have landings in between levels. If the chairlift is outside of the budget, consider looking at the secondhand market. Many distributors will buy back lifts that are used and resell them at a deep discount. If a chairlift isn't practical or within budget, then you may want to explore the cost of home modification to create living and/or bathing space on the lower level of the home. Although it is likely that the home modification may prove to be more expensive than a chairlift, it may also help to improve the value of the property. You can check with a local real estate agent to determine if that is the case. If your parent has a 1-story home but has steps up to the home from the auto, then you may need to consider getting an estimate for a wheelchair ramp and to see what modifications would need to be made in order for a wheelchair ramp to work in that space. The reason I am specifically saying wheelchair ramp is because if you are going to expend the money to create a ramp, you'd want the ramp to be wide enough to accommodate a wheelchair, just in case that is a future need. You wouldn't want to pay for a ramp just to have to tear it down later and rebuild it wider should a wheelchair be required. Also, if your parent enjoys time in the yard, then you should also evaluate any steps and stairs there as well. You would want your parent to be able to continue to enjoy their time outside in a way that is safe. The last area to be concerned with is to make sure that you can help your parent keep everything in reach. Many older adults, especially women, start to lose their fight with gravity and lose height as they age. It is important to evaluate the aging parent to ensure that daily essentials are within reach. If an item is out of reach, it is very likely that a stepladder will come into play, and that can have a very bad outcome. Start in the kitchen because there are more potential risks associated here. There are sharp knives, heated elements, and glass objects in this room. You will want to make sure that if they prepare their own meals, they can reach everything that they need to prepare and serve a meal without the use of a stepladder. Make suggestions to move the more essential items to the lower portion of the upper cabinets or the upper portion of the lower cabinets so they are all within reach. In the bathroom, make sure that they have bath or shower shelves that aren't too high to get to them easily, but also that items aren't stored on the floor of the shower or edge of the tub that would require them to shift balance suddenly to retrieve it or trip or slip on them. Towels should also be within easy reach as well. Medications, as well as first aid supplies, should be well within reach. Your parents should be able to get into their bed without the use of steps. The height of the bed should be lower than their hips and higher than their knees so that they can easily get in and out both day and night. They should be able to sit on the edge of the bed and have both feet touch flat on the floor. In the laundry room, make sure that soaps and softeners are also well within reach. In short, anything that your parent currently needs to use a step stool or a ladder for should be evaluated. Speaking of ladder, you may want to talk about ladder protocols. I have asked both of my parents to please call a friend or neighbor if there is ever a task that they need to perform where a ladder is involved. Like I said earlier, this is not a comprehensive list. I would urge you to do some more digging online. There are many great articles written about senior home safety to help you and your loved ones better prepare. I also want to mention that I understand that some of the home modification suggestions I have made are going to be cost prohibitive for many, many seniors. Please know that there are some financial assistance programs available. If you check with United Way, your local area agency on aging, or your local HUD office, you may find that there are programs available for you to be able to get prescriptive services, grants, low-income loans, or free services to enable your parent to live in their home safer and longer. Well, that does it for this episode of My Aging Parent by Seniority. Remember, everyone's situation is unique, and the things that we have discussed may or may not work out for your current circumstance. We encourage you to seek out guidance from professional resources and from those around you that have been in your shoes. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel by clicking on the big subscribe button. That will help us to deliver our message to more people. Enjoy the journey, my friend.